Conan O'Brien calls out comedians who slam Trump, saying they're exaggerated. They've exchanged humor for anger. Where's the full quote? Give me the full quote. Don't just take it out of context. Do they have the full quote? They just broke it up. Okay. Some comics go the route of, I'm gonna just say F Trump all the time, and that's their comedy. Now, come on, Ad. Some comics go the route of saying, I'm just going to say F Trump all the time, and that's their comedy. Now, a little bit, you're being co-opted because you're so angry, you've lulled into just saying F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, screw this guy. I think now you've put down your best weapon, which is being funny, and you've exchanged it for anger. He added that people or any persons like that will say, well, things are too serious now. I don't need to be funny. And I think, well, if you're a comedian, you always need to be funny. You just have to find a way. You have to just find a way to channel that anger because good art will always be a great weapon. It will always be a perfect weapon against power. Ultimately, Conan said, if you're just screaming and you're just angry, you've lost your best tool in the toolbox. Yeah, he's right. I like that a lot, actually. I mean, here's the thing: if you don't do comedy, I think you won't understand it, and some people will agree with Conan, and some people will say like he's wrong. You have to be angry. Things are bad. We live in a tumultuous time, and we do. We live in a terrible time where people are doing terrible things. Um, but as a comedian, your job is to make people laugh, and that's what from all sides. So if somebody's in your audience and you have a person from the left and a person on the right in your audience, you want to make both of them laugh because one of the great things about comedy is that if you can make somebody from the opposing side laugh at something you're saying, maybe you can find some common ground, or maybe you can find some release and kind of break some of that tension. Because comedy is about it's about taking something bad. Like there's that old saying about, tragedy plus time equals comedy. Sometimes you don't need the time. Sometimes you just need the tragedy. And if you can find a way to do that in a constructive way, in a way that is funny and isn't just going up there and yelling, it's great. And I'll tell you, as somebody who does comedy, who's been doing comedy longer than I've been streaming, longer than I've been a content creator, if you see somebody up there and they're just yelling at like an open mic, it makes you go, ugh, yuck, gross, because it's not what you're here for. You're not at a comedy show to hear somebody give you just their opinions. If they have an opinion in their act, you want it to be funny. If they have a feeling that they want to express, you want it to be funny. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with being angry at situations in your act. I do think there's something wrong with only being angry with situations in your act. And I think that's what Conan is talking about. And if you're one of those people that hears this and you think, oh, Conan has stopped fighting for, a cause. Conan agrees with Trump. Conan thinks what Trump is doing is right, or Conan is a coward, or Conan doesn't support any cause for the anti-ICE movement, or Conan thinks, any of that sort of stuff where you put Conan in this box of a person who is this I can't even think of the word right now, but if you put him in that box of somebody who isn't willing to be activists, to do activism and to fight for people, that's not what he's saying. He's not even talking about the political situation. He's talking about a comedic situation. So some people will take this and they'll run with it and they'll send it this way and that way. We're just talking about comedy here. And in the state of the world right now, you need people to still be funny. Like, I mean, one of the biggest things they did during World War II was they went into all these clubs in Germany that these Jews had that were like essentially comedy clubs. They were like slapstick clubs and stuff, and people would go up there and do little acts and stuff. And they shut those down because they were making fun of the Reich and they were doing things that Hitler didn't like, that were making the Nazis look bad. Because humor is a powerful weapon. And if you don't have it, and you're a comedian, maybe don't do comedy. I don't know. If you just want to go up there and yell about your opinions online, do it online. Don't do it on a comedy stage at an open mic where people are trying to be funny. I think Conan's right.